to me, that's an outrage, too. So, both sides have some hands in this thing, and I don't think there's any question. The broader point, mainstream media, New York Times, Washington Post are playing catch-up.
President Trump's not president right now, Julie. I think there's a clear distinction. And to suggest that, all of a sudden the media learned from 2016, oh, we're not going to repeat the Russia dossier, so we won't cover Hunter. No, I think this was, we're not going to cover something that could benefit the candidate that we want. His name is Joseph Biden.
Right. And I understand Trump isn't the president right now. Biden is. But let's just pretend for a second that Trump was the president. And we are actually not talking about Hunter, but we are talking about Ivanka or Eric or Donald Trump Jr. Do you think the narrative would be a bit different? It would be black and white. I mean, it would be opposite coverage, and you certainly wouldn't be hearing from any of the mainstream media defending the emails saying, oh, well, some of them are probably fake. Are you kidding me? This would lead every single newscast. So it's completely a double standard. And no, I do not think that the president should now be calling in onto Russia to be digging up dirt on Hunter Biden. I think that's inappropriate. But the tables would completely be turned if Trump actually was still in office.
Totally. And Emily, I mean, just one more example, because there are so many we could go with. But here's the Washington Post, legend outlet and media. Here's what they said about this back in October of 2020, of course, just before the election. This has not been able to be verified or authenticated, these emails. We fear that the emails could be part of a broader disinformation campaign. That was their so-called fact checker. Now here we go. Inside Hunter Biden's multi-million-dollar deal with the Chinese energy company. Why didn't they investigate it then?
Because they were pursuing and pushing their self-narrative that everything out of the GOP, everything out of the far right is somehow not worth taxpayers' time. And I think what's so illustrative about WAPO's reporting now is that they underline the point why it was in our best interest as citizens, as taxpayers, to hear everything, to have the investigation play out, that it was worthy of attention because we care and need to know about potential conflicts of interest. So WAPO goes on to say in that article, Kaylee, while many aspects they admit of that Hunter Biden's financial arrangement with CEFC China had been previously reported and were included in a Republican-led Senate report from 2020. And then they admit a Washington Post review confirmed many of the key details. As you read, they found additional documents showing Biden family interactions with these Chinese executives. They go on to say, look, we have not found any reason that Joe Biden personally benefited. However, they go on to say, new documents, which include, and then they specify, illustrate the ways in which the family profited from relationships built over Joe Biden's decades of public service. Now, if that is not a smoking gun, if that is not enough reason for taxpayers to deserve to have this play out, to deserve an apology and accountability from the mainstream media, I don't know what is.
I know we got to go, but just speaking on reporting, I would like to see some reporting as to what Joe Biden knew. Because if, again, Trump was in office and we were talking about his kids, everyone would absolutely pile on and say there is no doubt that Trump knew exactly what his kids were up to.
Yeah, I can't wait for that expose from the Washington Post on who the big guy was. I have my guesses.